Hey, what's up? I'm Edem with Global Abundance LLC. Thanks for stopping in. If you're already a subscriber, I appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. On this channel, it's all about real estate. The aim is to keep you informed whether you're buying or selling real estate. The better informed you are, the better off we'll all be at the end of the day. So if you take away any value from the content I drop and you haven't done so already, go ahead, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to join a free VIP group where we dig deep into residential and commercial real estate and grow as a community of like minded people, click the link below. I'll leave it in the description. Now, today's video is about uh, overcoming objections for all my homeowners out there and investors trying to sell a house. Talking about overcoming objections when trying to sell to a potential buyer. Mastering this will speed up the time it takes to sell your property. So let's get into it. So first things first, let's get a grip on what objections really are. When it comes to real estate, an objection doesn't mean you should throw in the towel because the game's over. It means there's questions and concerns the buyer needs answered before moving forward with the deal. There's a lot of things that can come up, like the price, the location, of course, the condition of the house, and its after repair value. What you have to do is try to place yourself in the buyer's shoes and see the property from their eyes, from their perspective. How do you do that? Well, you actively listen to what the buyer is saying and make sure you're crystal clear on what their needs are. You already know what your needs are, but what about them? Imagine showing up to a basketball game in a football helmet and cleats. I think you probably agree with me that you're unprepared for the game, and being prepared is half of the battle. So with that said, you as a seller need to know your property inside and out. Everything from the amenities, the neighborhood, and what's going on in the area, recent repairs that were done on the house, and how it compares to other homes in the market. Like, how does your property stand out from everyone else's property? Think ahead. Uh, uh, think ahead on this and ask yourself what could be a common objection a buyer might have about my property, and have those answers ready to go. What's going to happen is you'll be more confident as a seller when you're more informed about your property as a whole. Now, let's get into what you can do when you're asked the tough questions. One thing you want to do is acknowledge the concerns the buyer is expressing to you. This will show the buyer that you're listening and you genuinely care about their concerns. Ask questions to clarify what they're saying. It'll make things more clear for you, but it will also show the potential buyer that you're actually listening and you're taking their concerns seriously. Next is your response. Remember how I just said a few minutes ago to come prepared with answers to possible objections? Well, this is where you'll use those responses. And look, I'm not saying have a cookie cutter response for the questions you get asked. I'm saying realistically think ahead of time of what a possible objection would be and come up with a unique response that gives the buyer the confidence to move forward with you. And last, you want to confirm with the buyer that you've addressed their concerns. A question like, hey, did I answer all of your questions, or was there something you're still unclear about? What this does is it gets you and the potential buyer on the same page, because there has to be an alignment of interest between you and them. Nobody wants to move forward with anything they feel shaky and unclear about. All right, so let's walk through an example of what I'm talking about. Let's imagine for a minute you're selling a house for sale by owner, and a buyer looking for a home to buy in the area comes across your listing online. They call you up, and their first concern is the price being too high. So start off by validating their thoughts on the price. Hey, I understand that, getting a great price is really important to you. Are you looking for certain features my home may not have, or is it about staying within a certain budget for you? Go ahead and be quiet and actively listen to what they say. Once you have a better understanding on how they see it, respond by pointing out all the cool and unique features about your home and recent upgrades like, new kitchen or new bathrooms. Maybe your house has a built-in hot tub and game room for entertaining friends and family. Be aware of the you know your local market statistics and point that out to them as well to justify your price. Think about a time you may, have bought an expensive pair of shoes, and in your own mind, you came up with reasons to justify that purchase. So, same thing here when you're selling a home. You want to paint the picture for the buyer that justifies in their own mind why buying your house at your asking price makes sense for them. Then, you wrap it up by asking them if the information helps ease their concerns about the price. Now, remember, this isn't about being fake or ingenuine. It's about being prepared ahead of time and truly listening to the buyer so you too can get on the same page and move forward with the transaction. Now, what I think is the most important thing with all this is having a positive mindset through it all. When you're handling objections, it's important to maintain a positive attitude. Try not to get caught up in the way a potential buyer may be talking to you. Try not to feel disrespected or irritated with the questions they're asking you. Remember what we talked about in the beginning. Try your best to see it from the eyes of your potential buyer. It's your property, and regardless whether you have the most beautiful listing on the internet, keep in mind that the buyer won't know as much about your house as you do, even if you describe the house to a T online. So look at every objection as an opportunity to provide as much value and information as possible to the buyer. Look, a no doesn't always mean no deal. It could just mean not now until I get more clarity. So, in wrapping up this video in a nutshell, overcoming objections is all about being prepared ahead of time, understanding your buyer's needs by actively listening, being clear while communicating, and keeping a positive mindset through all of this. Use these strategies to turn potential roadblocks into, that extra gust of wind you might need to lead to a successful sale. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more videos like these. I do want to hear from you down in the comments. So drop your questions or experiences, good, bad, and ugly, in the comments below. We can all learn from it. So happy selling, and I'll see you in the next video.